Inexcusable is a 2005 young adult novel by American writer Chris Lynch. Taking place in a suburban American town, it is narrated by high school senior Keir Sarafian, who struggles with drug and alcohol abuse and faces accusations of date rape from his classmate Gigi. Employing the rhetorical strategy of narrative ambiguity, the book examines whether someone can commit an act as devastating as rape without recognizing it as such, and whether intent diminishes responsibility. As the plot develops, both Keir and those around him begin to doubt the truth of his account. The novel resonates with ongoing cultural debates about rape culture, especially in relation to adolescent relationships and school communities. The story opens with a heated exchange between Keir and Gigi about an incident from the previous night. Gigi accuses him of raping her after what began as a casual encounter. Keir responds by professing his love for her and asserting that he would never initiate sex without explicit consent. Although Gigi challenges his version of events, the book withholds her perspective entirely, leaving the narrative filtered through Keir's voice alone. This structural choice highlights the imbalance of power in cultural conversations about consent and gender, in which women's experiences are often diminished or excluded. The narrative then shifts back to the beginning of Keir and Gigi's senior year, recounting events from Keir's vantage point. His account reveals a chaotic family life. His father, more indulgent than authoritative, clings to the illusion that his children are flawless, a belief rooted in his own arrogance. Struggling with unresolved questions of identity and relationships, Keir turns to alcohol and drugs as a coping mechanism. His declining well-being affects his behavior at school. He grows aggressive, alienates his friends, and bullies peers. On the football field, his violent playing style earns him the nickname Killer, a reputation cemented when one of his tackles leaves an opponent permanently paralyzed. In the aftermath, Keir spirals further into substance abuse, adding cocaine to his habits. Seeking comfort, Keir leans on Gigi, whose empathy and patience help him navigate his turmoil. However, his gratitude quickly turns to resentment when he learns she has a boyfriend. Feeling rejected, Keir shifts to confiding in his older sisters, Mary and Fran. Although they care about him, both struggle to reconcile their concern with their unease over his increasingly hostile behavior. Fran, the sister least willing to confront him, becomes his primary confidant. As graduation nears, Keir attends a party where he drinks heavily and uses drugs. He convinces Gigi to accompany him on a visit to Fran's college, where they share a bed platonically in Fran's dorm. Later, Gigi invites Keir to be her date to the school dance after her boyfriend cannot attend. The night ends with the two of them staying at a cabin, once again in separate beds. Intoxicated, Keir climbs into Gigi's bed, later insisting that her beauty made his actions unavoidable. At this moment, the narrative cuts away, withholding the details of the alleged assault and resuming with the confrontation that opened the novel. In the final pages, Gigi presses the point that Keir's memory lapses do not absolve him of responsibility, stressing that his intoxication is not a defense. By the end, Keir begins to recognize dimly that his perspective on his actions and his sense of morality may be deeply distorted. Inexcusable ultimately illustrates how rape culture persists through male self-deception and is perpetuated by a society that privileges male-centered narratives. Thank you for watching. If you enjoy this video, leave a like and subscribe.